Did you cry during the Ring Super Bowl commercial with all the lost dogs finding their way home? It was a real tearjerker. As a caregiver, as a dog lover, as someone who knows how it feels to be afraid of losing one more thing you love, that ad was designed to hit us right in the heart. Today, I want to talk about the technology behind that commercial, the Ring search party feature, in a way that's calm, practical, and non scary. We're not here to panic about tech. We're here to understand it and then decide what feels right for us and our families. Welcome to the From Guilt to Good podcast, where we discuss all the things caregivers wish people would talk about, but don't, won't, or can't. Hi, my name is Jeanette Yates. I'm the founder of The Self Caregiver. I cared for my own mother for several decades and now help caregivers set boundaries and use simple tools that make care and life easier so they can feel good, not guilty. So why did that Super Bowl ad hit so hard? Let's start there. You've got a family whose dog goes missing, there's worry, there's hope, and then there's that beautiful moment when everyone is reunited. And running quietly in the background is this idea. Your neighborhood cameras can come together like a search party to help you find what you've lost. From a storytelling perspective, brilliant. From a caregiver perspective, emotional. Because caregivers know what it feels like to lose track of something or someone important. Maybe it's a loved one with dementia who wanders. Maybe it's a vulnerable person you're responsible for, and you never, ever want them to be lost or alone. So seeing tech step in to help, that can feel like such a relief. It's easy to think, wow, that's amazing. Why wouldn't I want this? And that's where I want to gently step in, not to say this is bad, but to say, let's slow down. Let's understand how it works. And then I trust that you can decide how you feel about it and what's best for your family. Let's break down what this search party feature actually is in real world language. If you have a Ring camera outside your home, like a doorbell camera or a floodlight camera, you're already collecting video of what happens around your front door or driveway. The search party feature is designed to help find missing pets. Here's the basic flow. Someone in your area reports a missing dog in the Ring app. Behind the scenes, Ring uses artificial intelligence to scan clips from outdoor cameras that are nearby. The AI is looking for that dog, its shape, its size, color, that kind of thing. If it spots a match on someone's camera, that can help the family figure out where the dog has been and hopefully bring them home. So on paper, it sounds like this. Your camera can be part of a neighborhood search party for lost dogs. Wow, that is a really sweet idea. And I'm not here to deny that. But here's the thing. In order for the AI to know whether the dog is in the footage, it has to look at your footage. That means more of your video, people coming and going, cars, neighbors walking by, is being analyzed in the background. And that's the piece I want caregivers to be aware of. Now, you might be thinking, okay, Jeanette, but why does this matter so much for caregivers? Isn't this just like any other camera feature? Let's connect it to caregiving real quick. If you're listening to this, there's a good chance you're using some sort of tech like the Ring camera for at least one of these reasons. To keep an eye on a loved one who lives with you, to check in on a door where home health aides or visitors come and go, to feel safer when you're home alone or when your loved one is home without you, to get alerts when there's motion so you're not constantly worrying. All of those are valid, understandable reasons. But with caregiving, there's another layer. You're not just dealing with your own privacy, you're dealing with the privacy and dignity of the person you care for, and often the other people in your care circle. This might include your loved one with dementia who may not fully understand the technology, a parent, partner, or child who feels vulnerable being watched, visiting nurses, therapists, and housekeepers, friends, neighbors who appear on that camera. So when a company adds a new AI feature like Search Party, the question becomes, am I still using this camera in a way that matches my values around safety, dignity, and privacy for everyone involved? Again, that doesn't mean the answer is automatically no, this is bad. It just means the decision deserves more than a 30-second emotional commercial. Let's talk about the settings piece, because that part is pretty important. Right now, Search Party is something that for many users is enabled by default on outdoor Ring cameras. That means you might be participating in this feature without realizing it unless you go into your settings and opt out. I'm not telling you that to scare you. I'm telling you that so that you can make an informed choice. So I want to walk you through 3 simple, non-overwhelming steps you can take. You can even mentally walk through these things as I say them. Let's check your settings and decide if you want to opt out. First step, sometime this week, open your Ring app and look for anything related to Search Party or Lost Pet features. It should be right underneath your control panel settings. If you see it, just notice, is it turned on? Do you remember turning it on? Did you choose this? From there, you have a choice. If you're comfortable being part of this neighborhood search network, you can leave it on. All done. If you're not comfortable, you can opt out. And here is my official permission-giving statement for today. It is perfectly okay for you to say, this feature is not for me right now. Opting out doesn't make you a bad neighbor. It doesn't mean you don't love dogs or your loved ones. It doesn't mean you're ungrateful for your technology. It means you're a thoughtful caregiver making a decision that best fits your values and your situation today. And you can always change your mind. The second step is about awareness, not judgment. I want you to imagine pressing play on a day in the life of your camera. Just picture it in your mind. You're leaving the house, your loved one sitting on the porch or maybe wandering in and out, the home health aide arriving, the neighbor walking the dog, maybe kids biking down the street. Ask yourself gently, am I okay with this? Everything my camera can see being part of an AI-powered search network, even if the stated goal is to just find lost pets? There isn't a single right answer here. Some of you will say, yes, it still feels worth it to me. And some of you will say, no, I'd rather keep this footage more limited. And some of you might say, I'm not sure yet, but I'm glad to know that this is happening. I'll keep thinking about it. That is all valid. If you realize your camera is capturing more than you're comfortable with, you also have options here as well. You might keep the feature on, but adjust your camera angle so it focuses more on your porch in your driveway and less on the street. Or you might turn the feature off and keep using your camera just for your own alerts. Or you might take a let's wait and see approach and check back in with yourself and your family later. The point is, now you're making a conscious choice instead of a default choice. The third step might actually be the most important one. Tech decisions feel heavier when we carry them alone. So I want you to bring your care circle into this conversation. Your care circle might include the person you care for, if they're able to participate, other family members involved in the caregiving, professional caregivers or nurses who come to the home, and maybe a close friend who deeply understands your situation. You don't have to give them like a full tech lecture. You can simply just say something like, hey, you know that Ring doorbell we use? After the Super Bowl ad, I learned more about the Search Party feature. It uses AI to scan outdoor videos to help find lost pets. I'm thinking about whether or not I want our camera to be part of that. How do you feel about it? And then just listen. You might hear from your loved ones in the care circle, wow, I had no idea. That makes me a little uncomfortable. Or I think it's great. If it helps someone find a dog, I'm all for it. Or they might say, I don't know. What do you think? The goal isn't to get everyone to agree. The goal is to be transparent and honor that this isn't just a tech choice. It's a relationship choice. You're saying, I care enough about your dignity and your comfort to talk about how this camera is being used. That is powerful. Now, because this is the From Guilt to Good podcast, let's talk about the guilt that can sneak in here. You might feel guilty if you keep the feature on, maybe thinking, am I betraying my loved one's privacy? Am I contributing to some giant surveillance thing? You might also feel guilty if you turn the feature off. What if somebody nearby loses their dog and my camera could have helped? Am I being a selfish person, a bad neighbor? I want to offer this reframe to you. You are allowed to prioritize both safety and privacy. You're allowed to make an imperfect decision with the information you have today. There's no gold star for choosing the perfect tech setting. The real win is this: you are moving from automatic to intentional. You're noticing what tools you're using, how they impact you, your loved one, and your community, and how they line up with your values. That is the work of moving from guilt to good. Guilt says, whatever you choose, you're wrong. Good says, you took time to understand. You made a thoughtful choice. And that is enough for today. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with a few reflections that you can carry into your day, maybe into your journal, or the next time you walk around your block. You don't have to answer these all at once. Just notice which one sticks with you. When I think about my home cameras, what am I really trying to protect? Is it physical safety, my peace of mind, my ability to check in from afar? How do I want the people I care for to feel in our home? Safe, trusted, respected? How do cameras and AI features like Search Party fit into that picture? What kind of relationship do I want with technology as a caregiver? Do I want it to quietly support me in the background? Do I want it to understand me deeply? Where do I draw my personal lines? If any of these questions stirred something in you, that's okay. It just means you care. It means you're paying attention. Reassurance and next steps. So to recap, the Ring Super Bowl commercial introduced a feature called Search Party that uses AI to scan outdoor camera footage and help find lost pets. This feature may be on by default for your outdoor Ring cameras, which means your footage could be part of the search network unless you opt out. As a caregiver, it's okay and important to check your settings and make an intentional choice. And notice what your camera is actually capturing and how that feels for you. You also want to talk with your care circle about why and how you use these cameras. You are not anti-tech for asking questions. You are not behind for only learning about this now. You are a thoughtful caregiver doing your best with a lot on your plate. And that is enough. If this episode was helpful, I'd love for you to share it with another caregiver. You can also check the show notes for links to more of my CareTech resources and ways to stay connected with the self-caregiver community. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Until next time, remember, you're allowed to set boundaries, you're allowed to ask questions, and you're absolutely allowed to move from guilt to good.